Amazon has established itself as one of the most recognized companies in the world over time. Only uses the internet with going via the massive retailer. It's virtually impossible to think that a business like that will expand this quickly. Amazon, which achieved this milestone a few weeks after Apple, is the second U.S. public firm with a market value of $1 trillion. Welcome back to another exciting video from PrompTech. Today's video is about how Amazon became a trillion-dollar company. Before we start the video, please like, subscribe, and press the bell icon. But quicker. Apple may have been the first to do it, but Amazon was more practical. Amazon is valued at $1.5 trillion, and Jeff Bezos, who owns it, is the first person in history to have a net worth of more than $200 billion. How did this all come about? One of the largest corporations in the world. How did Amazon get there? Hundreds of people search the internet for daily gifts for their friends, family, and themselves. How did that come about? Do you inquire? Well, the fifth time was unexpected for Amazon. It all began in 1994 when Bezos relocated to Seattle, Washington from his position at the Wall Street firm Shaw Company. He created a business plan for a brand new organization that he called Cadavra. Incorporated after his lawyer misheard the word cadaver on the phone, Bezos quickly abandoned the moniker. Nobody wants to do business with a company that sounds like a dead body. By September 1990, it had to be gone. Bezos experimented with various names for his new business and eventually came close to choosing Relentless. That idea was also abandoned, primarily due to feedback from his friends who thought the name sounded evil. Bezos still owns his domain, but it now points visitors to the current website. In the end, Bezos chose the prestigious name Amazon. That was modeled after the world's greatest river basin. Additionally, Jeff Bezos asserted that the allusion to Amazon embodied his goal of building the business into the largest in the world. Amazon then began operations. As soon as it did, it positioned itself as the biggest bookstore on Earth. The biggest bookstore on Earth was even the tagline. Bezos once told a reporter that there is nothing unique about the Amazon business model, but that needn't be bad. After all, McDonald's is still a very successful business despite being imitated. The future greatness of the Amazon brand was obvious from that point on. Before he overtook Bill Gates as the richest man on Earth, Jeff Bezos was already a legendary figure in the corporate world. Who was the man truly? And how did he have the power to take his business to such heights? Yes, he is well known for founding the most successful e-commerce business in recent memory. But Bezos' net wealth was far over $100 billion years before that. Bezos quickly turned his life around and established an e-commerce behemoth. We need to take a step back and get an inside look at the life of the man who founded the largest e-commerce retail company in the world. The difficult upbringing of the wealthy founder of Amazon is the first place to start learning about him. Tom Jeffrey Preston Jorgensen was born to a 17-year-old mother and a bike shop-owning father. Bezos avoided talking much about his father. When Jeff was born, he had just turned 18. Some things are obvious. He initially just consented to marry Bezos' mother. The marriage persisted when he learned she was pregnant, 17.4 months. Because Jorgensen was a sloppy father and husband who remained out too late and drank excessively, his mother moved in with her parents. He filed for divorce and occasionally made a little child support payment. 3 years after the divorce, Jeff's mother wed Miguel Bezos, a self-taught English-speaking Cuban immigrant. With Jorgensen's okay, Miguel adopted Jeff and assumed his last name, though he second-guessed it and resisted it until he lost all contact with his ex-wife. Bezos claimed that despite spending the first year with Jorgensen, he never met his biological father because Jorgensen was completely absent from his life. Bezos was hardworking since he was a small child and lived on his grandparents' farm. In addition to being a local, he reportedly helped replace windows, vaccinate the animals, and do other duties. Nice dude. From a very young age, Jeff also showed a strikingly mechanical mentality. He would use a screwdriver to disassemble his crib, even as a young child. He also became quite interested in science. He built an electrical alarm to keep his younger siblings out of his room. He also converted his parents' garage into a science lab for his projects. After a difficult time working at McDonald's, he didn't fall in love with computers until he came to Miami as a teenager. Bezos and his fiancée founded a 10-day summer camp for children. They could enroll 6 pupils at the price of $600 per child. He was a National Merit Scholar and valedictorian when he graduated. Went on to Preston University after that because of his passion for space travel. That's accurate. Your favorite tech mogul originally intended to major in physics. Later, he abandoned it and focused on developing software out of his passion for computers. He discovered his topic of study while a student and received 2 science degrees, one in electrical engineering and the other in computer science, after graduating. He held a few jobs before founding the business. The rest is history. But enough about the man. Let's get back to business. Amazon isn't particularly unique, according to Jeff Bezos, who has acknowledged that other corporations are already engaged in similar activities. What makes the business so special that we require and utilize it daily when a company's recorded profit soars yearly? How would you respond? Place an online order. Wait a week to receive your order and make payment in the interim. Alternatively, you could go into a nearby shop, pay for the identical item, and leave holding it. No additional fee. Due to this problem, Amazon created the Prime membership, a subscription service that offered free 2-day shipping to users in exchange for a one-time payment of $79 a year. Additionally, the firm was then billing $9.49 for shipping services. Therefore, you would still be protected even if you order less frequently than once each month. As fantastic as Amazon Prime's concept was, it was not. An engineer at the business named Charlie Ward came up with a concept, presented it to the CEO, and Bezos approved it. The choice profoundly altered Amazon's life. Bezos stated in the letter published on the Amazon website that Amazon Prime eliminates the work involved in the ordering, and he was correct. Even though Amazon already provided free shipping, each item had to cost a minimum of $25. Additionally, it took 8 to 10 days to receive your order. Thus, Amazon Prime removed the biggest barrier to online shopping, the price and duration of shipping. At $119 now, Amazon Prime includes benefits beyond just free shipping. It also includes popular Prime Day shopping, which competes with Black Friday, and streaming music and movie services. The corporation describes Amazon's 150 million Prime subscribers as its most devoted patrons. This company has grown significantly since it started as a bookseller 20 years. It blends its global retail operation with unassuming but profitable cloud computing and advertising companies. Since then, the Seattle-based business has experienced rapid expansion. Its profits surpassed those of its main rivals, and the stock price-to-earnings ratio was practically unprecedented. For comparison, over the past 10 years, Amazon's worth has surged over 30 times, while Apple's market value has increased 8-fold. Amazon's stock increased by 75% in 2018, compared to an increase of just over 32% for Apple. Overall, Amazon may still have a ways to go, but Jeff Bezos' gamble on his business, his team, and his clients paid off in ways he never expected. Any business you start will always be complex. It takes more work to build a profitable company. Still, Jeff Bezos and the Amazon Corporation can teach us that the greatest approach to scale and grow is to prioritize investing in your consumers. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content.